Good morning, Tim.
Hi, Shannon.
Well, I know it's evening for you because you're in United Kingdom.
Yeah,
Are you
yeah.
in Bristol or are you in Spain?
I've just got back from London. I've been at the London Mines and Money this week, which was a pretty busy few days for Pan Global. We had Jim Royal there as well as Andy Marshall and myself, and yeah, we were busy. Just as well, we had three of us there.
Well, I think it's a great time, for us to chat about an update. There was a I'm just bringing it up on my phone just because I don't want to quote somebody without looking at it. A couple things that I thought I would run by you and just get your feedback. I think it's a remarkable time for resource investors right now. I'm sure that you've been watching sort of things that are going on in the world, and what a wonderful opportunity to. I'm here with Tim Moody, who's the Chief Executive Officer of Pan Global. Pan Global is a remarkable story that's had a significant discovery, a copper tin discovery in the Iberian Pyrite Belt, one of the most mineralized areas in the world. And it's been really interesting to watch. And here's what's been happening this week is precious metals in particular have been soaring, thanks to the news that was recently put out by Federal Reserve Chairman Jay Powell. And this is what the article read, is that in a speech at the Brookings Institute in Washington just the other day, Powell strongly hinted that he's headed to a downshift to smaller interest rate hikes. And that's really significant because, in our view, the price inflation was really driven more by supply restrictions than really high rates of growth from a gross domestic GDP basis. And I think that's led to some awareness at the Fed level that raising interest rates could really have a negative effect on the economy. And so this development is significant. And I guess I thought we could chat about that a bit. And one of your key board members is Patrick Downey, who's also the CEO of Orezone Gold. And this has been remarkable, good news for Orezone, who also, you might have saw this morning announced, full production has been announced at Orezone in their mine in Burkina Faso. So not only is this really good for gold and silver stocks, but I can't emphasize enough how important a positive economy is for copper exploration companies like Pan Global and copper producers. So I just thought I'd throw that out as an introduction. Is congratulations to our pal Patrick Downey for having this getting this mine into production, and it also it just a reminder to our investors in Pan Global of the quality of people that surround Pan Global, Patrick Evans and Tim Moody, who's here with me today, and Patrick Downey. And so much of making money in the stock market is being involved with the right people and the right projects and that are available at the right price. And this Pan Global with this kind of market cap and with everything that you've done, Tim, I think is really important. So I guess there's those two things: is what your view on the world right now. I know that's a real small question, and also maybe a quick update for all of us. I mean, I'm as you can tell, I'm very excited about Pan Global, and I continue to buy stock. And I've never hidden that secret. I think at a $90 million market cap, and maybe you can give us an update as to how things are going in Spain.
Yeah. Okay. Well, first, I'm not an economist, so I'll give you my perspective. But I did notice that it seems there was some new GDP figures for the US which were quite positive, and that seems to have sort of abated some fears of a recession. So anyway, I think that just weaves into the sort of general sense that when I talk to different people, with bankers and so on, that maybe we're seeing a sort of bottoming of this sort of bit of a weak market that we've seen for a while. But who knows? But I'm an optimist. But I think when we look at our own share price and others, that we've seen things have sort of flattened off. We haven't seen the things continue to fall just through sentiment, not through anything that the companies are doing. In fact, any results at one stage will make no difference. So I think I'm sort of hopeful that when we go into the new year that we're in for a better time. And for the copper industry, for those companies, with exploration stories looking for copper, I'm hoping that might be when things start to turn around, because there's no way, in my view, that the world is going to meet the copper requirements unless the incentive price changes, and the copper price has got to increase because energy costs have gone up. The demand is going to really increase dramatically in the next decade, which is when it's most important to try and to get through this sort of energy transition, the boom in electrification, etc. So I'm an optimist. I think that the signals coming out of the US were positive, and maybe that's the sort of thing that might start to turn things around a bit.
I agree with you 100%. And I highlight this wonderful news and just how great it is for gold and silver prices, which are on a tear the last couple of days. But I guess that's my point: is do not forget about copper, because copper is copper's king, and Pan Global has got this amazing deposit, and I think there's, like Robert Friedland, I think, said that you're going to need to have a periscope to see the price of copper in 10 years, which is kind of lining up with what you're saying.
Well, there's been this underinvestment, I guess, in copper development. Capital spending on copper projects is going the wrong way if the world's going to meet this growing demand. So something's got to happen. There's got to be some point where things where copper prices have to change, I think, which is where we will hopefully slot in, having a project in Europe in a mining area with where Europe's been, I guess, one of the fastest adopters of electrification, etc. So I think we're in the right place, and hopefully we'll be in the right place at the right time. And
yeah, exactly. So maybe with that, just turn our attention to some of the more current updates at the Pan Global level.
Yeah. So just very, very briefly, you understand that we're just having a quick update on this call, but so we've got 3 drill rigs operating. So we're busy. We're happy with things, the way things are going. We're still early days in the exploration. We're still an exploration story. Yes, we've got La Romana, our original discovery, which is that's going to continue to grow. That's the sort of foundation from which we're building. But it was interesting talking to some people the other day. They hadn't quite sort of realised that it was only about 12 months ago to the day, really, that we got a big portion of our Escacena project area granted. The mineral rights were awarded for what was called the Al-Andalus area. Mm-hmm. And we only began exploration in that area this year. And here we are with 3 rigs turning on new targets, still on track to drill 6 new targets this year. So we're going full speed, and I think if people sort of look back and say, well, hang on, how many exploration companies in their first year of exploration got 3 rigs drilling 6 different targets, and we're not even halfway through all the good targets that we've been generating. So I think we don't see any let up going into the new year. I think our last figures that we put together last quarter, we've got I think 11.5 million cash. I expect we'll be somewhere between 8 and 9 going into the new year, and sort of working at this stage on a budget around similar to what we began this year, around 8 million. So we've got a busy year ahead. We're in good shape. We've got some excellent targets to test. We're in the middle of just starting to drill 2 of our really exciting targets. That's where the drill rigs are at the moment. One is Zarzita, which is a big target. It's twice the strike length of Laramana. It's got everything, all the indicators. It's got old mine workings. It's got alteration. It's got copper soil geochemistry. It's got geophysics. Everything all coincident, all lining up. So, very early days yet. Looks like we're going to increase that the drill program. Initial program of 16 holes. We'll probably increase that now. We can see 20 holes, and that's still just scratching the surface. So that's Sarcita. We're early into that now. I think we've finished the third hole. We're on the fourth hole at the moment. And the other target, which was the subject of our last news release, was the Romana Deep target.
Right.
So that's a really exciting target. Yes, it's geophysics, but it's in a great location. Everything seems to line up. It's essentially what they call an electromagnetic or EM anomaly. We know that we have a similar type of anomaly coincident with some of the thickest and highest grade mineralisation at Laramana. Well, this is just to the north of that. It looks like a potential either a new body or something like that. At least that's our hope. But seeing that sort of anomaly associated with copper at Laramana gives us a lot of hope, and it's what exploration is all about. But if this proves to be mineralisation related, then we've got a lot of work to do on another very big, pretty exciting target. So, and we may not have got to the best of them yet. We've still got a bunch of others where we're just sort of pending access. We're sort of quite hopeful we'll get access to the western extensions of Laramana, in the new year, and again, we're pretty optimistic. We'll grow Laramana substantially from where it is today. So. Yeah,
that's great. Well, thanks so much. I'm here with Tim Moody, who's the Chief Executive Officer of Pan Global, and what a great way to end. The best is yet to come. So we've had some great success, and the best is yet to come, and a very exciting exploration story on top of an already existing discovery within the Iberian Pyrite Belt. So, have a great day, Tim, and thanks so much for spending some time with us.
Yeah, thanks, Sharon. I look forward to speaking again soon and catching up with you over your way someday.
Thanks so much.